G'day, today we are having a look at some new features in Mini Motorways. These have just come out now. This video is also sponsored by Mini Motorways, which is very cool. I love the game anyway, so let's have a look at what they're bringing in. So you can see now on one of our maps here, you can see it says Mode Classic. So if we go in here, we now have three new modes. So we've got three modes, two new modes. Endless and Expert. So we'll have a quick little look at Endless. I can imagine this pretty much means that we can just sort of go on forever without failing. So, okay, so edit and grow your network at your own speed. Your city never shuts down. Reach milestones by building an efficient network to earn upgrades. Alright, so how are you defining us as efficient? They're off and running. So it must be this guy over here. This little marker at the top here. So we'll turn this guy around. We'll knock that out. And we'll wait for him to go in there. So I would say it must be... This guy must have to get, all the way through to a full circle. You can see that as, he picks up things, he's filling out. So I'm going to guess that we need to get all the way around that circle in order to be deemed efficient. Neat little challenge in itself. Obviously, the more destinations we get, the easier this is going to be to complete. So it is going to be a nice little, I guess a challenge to Endless itself. That you're not going to just sort of just be allowed to expand willy-nilly. Okay, the upgrade indicator is full. Select it to choose an upgrade for your city. Alright, we'll take a roundabout. So we're back again to... Now, you can see that each ding is a little bit less here, so obviously with each level it's going to be a little bit tougher. Unsurprisingly, because by the end we're going to have 15 or so destinations, so I can't imagine that they would want you to go on at the same rate as if you only got one. It's being very gentle to you. Well, for now, let's just chuck that roundabout in there. The car sort of stopped dead in the road there. Anyone had to think about the change that took place there. Normally I don't like having two destinations on the same track, but we'll allow it this time. Since we've only got three houses, this guy would be very skimp and would also be out of bridges again, so necessarily want to go that way. So I guess there's no... the change here as well is that there's no way to fail. Let's find out what happens if we never send a car to a house. I imagine it's just going to sit with six deliveries at the door. You won't see that other sort of circle around that happens. I wonder if that means that you could almost force a successful round if you remove all your road, or remove single markers from a road, wait for your destinations to overload, and then reconnect all the roads to then have a sudden surge of people picking up jobs. Right, we're out of bridges. Let's just turn this guy around then. Run him across the top. This guy's now closer to dropping out than this guy down the bottom is. He's being very generous in the speed at which we're gaining new jobs at the moment. I wonder if there's a set limit that it has that it won't overload. Based on the amount of available cars that I have. So say I've only got two houses, so I can only have a max 4 hiccups that need to go on. I'm curious to see what if we do have new achievements as well for this, because even in endless mode, where normally most games you don't have too much of a challenge, I guess, to run in an endless mode style game, I feel like there is an achievement for, like, you could put achievements on here for efficiency. If, say, a certain level of the like these were numbered, that it was sort of like reach at a reach level 10 or something like that. It does feel like there's room for that, and it does feel like this is still a challenge in its own right anyway. I want to go and look at expert mode, and I thought, oh, I'll just jump in and have a quick little look at endless, but I'm actually kind of curious to see how this runs. It has set me a challenge that I actually want to try and beat. Milestone, there you go. So you have milestone 10 or something be an achievement. And I mean, Mini Motorways definitely doesn't shy away from achievements. I think it's close to one of the highest achievement games that I've got, and I love a good achievement. So certainly welcome it if it does throw it down. Now we can now go across the top here, so let's use some of our available road to just sort of... how are we going to get there? I suppose if we... Oh, that was a pretty quick turnaround on getting another upgrade. We'll go to the road tolls. I suppose what we might have to do here, because we've got no real easy way in here, was we'll just give them the motorway. But it is interesting still, because I mean, like, arguably you could just, all you've got to measure for is efficiency. So I could even go like, well, you know what, I just don't even worry about light blue. Like, it's never going to collapse on me. We just won't leave that as a pursued venture. They're hitting through some of these, some force now. I don't overly like the setup that I've got for red, since I've got everyone attempting to achieve the same thing. Let's pull those two guys that way. We'll disconnect these four to this these two. Still only have the one bridge, so unless I want to use a motorway on one of these, we'll get them to keep sharing. I don't really know about the direction I've got these guys facing to. We could probably just have that guy look around like that, maybe. It's probably as bad as it was looking before, but it's alright. It's funny that these long runs actually can help facilitate that surging. Just get him to sneak along the top there. Always going to take these motorways. Oh, I definitely know where I'm going to spend one of my other motorways on. These two guys to meet in the middle. Jump all the way up there. Another neat achievement that you could do for this style would be that you have to hit milestone 10, for example, again, within a time frame. So can you hit milestone 10 within 15 minutes or something? So that you've really got to model your efficiency on the... otherwise, just getting two level and would obviously be nice and easy. We're up to 8. How long have we been going for? 10 minutes. Oh, I'm on path for my 15-minute victory here. Let's try for it. See if we can get to 10 in the next 5 minutes. Starting to see circular. So I wonder what's going to happen here, because these guys still haven't really maxed out in any way that we're seeing a ton of... like, I don't think I've seen more than 4 at any one of these destinations. Will this guy push further than 4, or would that be sort of like held off for a little while? Let's switch this guy too. He can go up there. I'm sure there's too much use to this yellow guy at the moment. How are we cooking? 4 minutes. Come on, let's get there. It's a bit of a long run for this guy. Go motorway for him for now. Some of these, yeah, like I said, I feel like that because these guys are so far away, potentially that because that collects 4 and then all 4 cars hit, it does help this surge get me right near the edge there, but just under pushing this over the line. We're going to have to wait for these guys to surge back. Probably this red circle destination is going to be one of my big helpers, this one at the moment. There we go, that's 9. Another motorway. So what we're going to do is, what do we got? 3 minutes. I'm going to treat that guy to motorway to try and get him over there to get us moving. Be fun as well to just keep going to see if you can reach a point where you've got every single path running on a motorway. Let's see, we've pushed to halfway with this guy. Another circle destination too, he's surely got to be helping. We can see we're slowly sort of like nudging that up tiny bit at a time. Probably do with another house helping out these 2 yellow guys as well. You can see that there's sort of no one at home at the moment. There's jobs waiting to be picked up. I mean, we're still ever so slightly edging forward. Oh, we got a yellow. He's not yellow, he's blue. Blue house down there. It's just, actually, we don't even need to give him that. He can find his own way there. Did we just get another yellow house there? Did we only have 3 before? One minute to go. Come on, get in there. Alright, let's grab that motorway and just let them cut the corner too. Oh, we're still slipping back. Get up there. Or just... There we go. Milestone 10 in under 15 minutes. The win for us. What's this guy? I'll just let us look. Alright. So we'll go roundabout, but we now also will just jump back to the menu and let's have a look at what expert looks like. You already have an in-progress city, which you can resume, that doesn't matter, so I was thinking maybe it was going to warn me about difficulties of expert, but no, it was just warning me about losing my beautiful little city. Decisions are permanent. Roads and upgrades you place become permanent after a short period of time. Okay. More upgrade choices offered after 8 weeks. Road tiles are the only weekly reward. Okay, so I guess that grayed out here is what grayed out here is suggesting that that's not yet complete. But as soon as that goes white, obviously it must be set in stone. Now let's just quickly correct this as well, because there's no reason that these guys shouldn't flick underneath. So why is that staying there? But I realize it's because what I'm used to looking at is a deleted piece of road slowly going away, as opposed to... Now this is a very tight hook that we've got on red here. I haven't seen the achievements yet. At this point that I'm playing it, they aren't there. I'm again curious to see if there are expert mode achievements. I assume that they'll be similar to the normal game, whether if they're possibly a little bit more generous or not, whether they want you to try and get to 2,000 drop-offs or something less than that. But definitely we'll aim at that as our challenge today. We're on Los Angeles after all, which shouldn't be one of the hardest. That's interesting because getting offered everything and taking motorways so early, I love an early motorway, and definitely this is a mode that motorways are going to be very important for, because I can't rebuild those 2 roads that are on the map. That's very annoying placement there. So if I can't rebuild that, then it means that if I've got something over here and I need to get it down there, I'm going to need to use motorways. So if they keep offering me motorways, I'm going to keep taking motorways. That also means that I'm going to start this with a very low amount of road tiles, because I'm only going to have 10 each round for potentially 8 rounds. I'm going to lose if they keep putting these houses on my existing roads. There's nothing I can do about that, though. If these guys turn circular, any one of these 4 now, I reckon I'm pretty much cooked. Sharing roads with a someone else. Interesting. Okay, so it's not going to let me just grab it again. Got to go for something else. So we'll go for a bridge, because we've already used 1 bridge, and I can't reclaim that bridge. He's set in stone. Can I relocate the position of a house? I can. Okay, so houses can look in a different direction if need be. Tricky. This guy here is now the closest house to him, so we don't want to send him the other way. I wonder if motorways are put in stone. Like, if I put this motorway here, can I remove that later once I get better housing position for this guy? Let's just do it for the sake of the test. Or is that saying that that's when this is going to be put in place? Alright. Expert mode. What if I say to you, I don't want to keep that. I'm going to try and play this. I'm going to play expert against itself. I'm going to try and keep claiming this motorway back until I see more houses that I prefer the position of. This guy will run there. This guy, I'm going to wait till he has 4 people requesting deliveries. Man, it really is. It isn't too long that they wait for. I do appreciate that little forgiving area though of that countdown timer, and I very much like it that on the motorway it does tell me how long I've got. Problem is, I suppose I have to wait long enough that the next guy can come back and then get rid of it. Keep watching him. Again, we'll go for... I mean, I could probably go for 6, because there's two guys at home here as well. Go for 5. Okay, so we've got this guy up here. What I'm going to do is pull this guy and that guy. Ooh. That's why I'm very grateful that they don't immediately set in stone, because I build terrible roads like that. Now this is a tricky setup here, because this guy is incredibly close to him. That's a very favorable placement for that guy. If this guy goes circular, that's very bad for him. I've got this one extra guy up here who I don't want to commit to sort of like pathing around in any weird way, because again, he doesn't have a direct route to that red, but only because I want a roundabout. I'm gonna go a bridge. Go roundabouts next. I think I only need probably 3 bridges in total. Gonna keep an eye on you again. Hopefully one house on that's gonna be okay for him. Keep an eye on him as well. Wait for a 5th guy to come in here. We have lost a house too on this setup, so he's not going to have as many efficient sort of like cars ready to go. But you can see we've now got 5 there already. This 6th car, we want to see him come down that way. No, he's gone another way. It's all right. Get rid of that again. This one house has cleaned that guy up, so he's looking nice and good. Okay, so now we've got 2 friends over there. Real nice setup. Good. He's got a second one too, so he's set up. The problem that we now have is this guy's gone circular. That's a problem for 2 different reasons. Number 1, it means that he now needs more attention and he's only got 3 houses. Number 2, it's a problem because he now has blue getting in his way as well. So let's turn those guys around briefly. We'll see how it's like the yellows in that neighborhood end up. Just wait a little bit longer for this guy. We're still going to keep playing him the same way. I'm going to try and hold on to my motorways. And now, realizing that I've already laid the path for that guy, I can't essentially undo that and have red run across here. These sort of like outlier reds, it's like, well, I could move them pointing down, but if I moved him down and put him there, then that locks in that that piece of road. So again, a little bit reluctant to do that. Now, greens like this to a guy here, I might give them one of the motorways. We've got 3 after all. Not necessarily great placement, but if we get a little hub of green guys up here, and they all can sort of like triangulate to a center, great. I guarantee at some point I'm going to forget, and these guys are just going to gain the motorway permanently. But we'll go 1 there, and we'll go 1 here. Because we only have 1 green, I would expect that we're not going to get another green population soon. We'll have to wait. We would have to wait essentially for a second one. But I think sometimes you do get green neighborhoods in this area down here on this map. Alright, we'll get rid of that one and that one. Desperate. Remembering that we don't get anything more after week 8, we are trying to hold on to those motorways. I'm going to go a bridge again. I realize that with a roundabout, once I set it, it's there forever. So I need to... I don't think that there's anywhere where I can pick to just have 1 roundabout that's going to be useful. I think having having the flexibility of sort of like being able to build more bridges is probably the way I want to go. These green guys I could also run through a gap here and get over this side. It's not that far. So let's... Got 72. I'd argue that's a waste of a bridge, but let's do it. Even we get one more guy coming back on this bridge. Oh, no, there's nothing left to get. That guy will come across and help out. This guy's in not too bad a position. He might be able to help out this guy here. In turn, we might be able to move this red guy back to the circular location. Alright, so again, we've got a real outlier to where our things are. Now, this is a tricky guy here because I'd have to build a piece of road to get him to connect to either of those two roads, and the existing road would stay there. So we're going to leave him just not connected to anything at the moment. Definitely take the motorway. Go there. And what we're going to do is we'll put this guy here. We'll get the two of them to both go the exact same time, so I'm paying attention to both. I'm not trying to sort of juggle too many balls in the air at once. It's as soon as one's basically done, then the other one has to be done too. Kill that one. Kill that one. Alright, he's gone circular. Great. You can see that's why we don't lay him down, because now we've got a really nice position. Someone to cover this guy. Won't connect you yet. We can just sort of cross our fingers to hope that this guy goes light blue, and then we've got a very nice solution for it. Get rid of that. Alright, so he's gone circular too. So this is now our nightmare setup. So the problem would be that we want we definitely need more houses connected over there. Whether we want to try and, like, if we say had these guys on a motorway that went to here, and then if we had if we say set up a motorway here for in the red section that went to there, the reds might move away and these guys might like jump over that. Possibly we could stop them from like bothering each other. I don't think I need the road tiles. See, I can't like I can lay that on an existing piece of road. Interesting. What happens if I do this? It does keep the road. It's not going to let me sneakily pull road out from under it. Well, I would say I'm probably close to having to concede that this guy is going to need a motorway permanently. Also problems over here. We've got the 5 houses, but and he's circular, and I don't like a circular having to share with anyone else. Lots of yellows in that top corner. We'll put that in there. It does leave that that as a very weird sort of setup, but we'll see what how it interprets that. This red guy, I suppose we could run all the way around and get to there, but it would take too long. I mean, I would say that road's not going to be in the way of anyone else. Okay, so he needs more help. This guy here, he's definitely starting to hit his struggle. So let's get these 3 guys. And we'll bounce them to there. We'll try and get rid of this road again too. We are going to still stick with trying to remove our highways. Okay. Here we go. We're now just getting our road tiles. I'm going to delete that right now so that those guys are just a single surge. This guy's already gone circular. So if he's circular... no, we're not going to get any more motorways. So we don't want to use our motorways lightly. So we will, if this guy can get connected directly, let him get connected. So the path that we'll go is we want all of these guys to sort of connect together. I wonder if I maybe just need an intersection that they collide into. That. Yeah, that works. Eventually it's probably going to come back to haunt me, but see. These guys here are actually, in theory, closer to him, but they are also closer to this. And motorwaying them over to somewhere like that. So I'm going to put that marker in there to leave them as an option of where they can move into. Almost forgot about you. Yeah, you can see he's not too happy either. Now this guy though, we can just sort of do that, give him that extra support. But that support does mean that they are running through what the blues setup currently is. So is that bad? I think it is. I'm going to bail on that again. I'll let those cars that we've just let go through. Land on a road again. Let's see if they give us a few more green houses to work with that. Get rid of him. Do that. We'll turn these two guys around. Now, either way, they're going to get in the way of this guy. So we're just going to give him a straight line over there. It's a very nice close spot for him. If I could redo the roads, I would then just build yellow around the outside of him. I'll leave him for a second. We'll see if they end up on the other side of this guy, but it doesn't look like it. So we might just that might be a quicker, cleaner route. I realize I can't ever get rid of that road there now, but at least means we can say pull these two guys away, get them to help out, and we've got enough road tiles. Let's help them out. This guy again's not happy. As the only other position I've got any dark blue, it does seem like I'm going to have them permanently coming over here. The question is where I want them arriving. Do I want them all the way back here so they're at the back of this? Let's give this guy back to the bottom. Let's have those guys run across there. That to him. Put this guy back over there. So I would love to have this guy connected too, but he could swing under there, but the greens have already claimed that spot. Again, if all of these guys have left, we could possibly delete the road. But again, you can see the intersections this is now causing havoc on. That red now gets delayed because of that too. But it's essentially just a problem that everyone's just in the way right there. So let's get rid of those again. I don't think that that's the right position for this to be hitting this guy at. But the problem is that there's no good position because all of these guys are just sort of intertwined. Two double destinations on top of each other is always going to have this sort of issue. What if we put him further south of it? I don't think that would work. This guy going green there. Circular. Alright. He's freaking out plenty, so we are going to have to give him the other house. Let's put that motorway there, and I'm going to put him... If I put him all the way back here, is that going to make him better or worse? It just means he has to move through this neighborhood, but does it stop the The traffic jam. No, the traffic jam is better off being closer to the entrance, I think. I think I might be slightly too late here. If these guys aren't moving. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get there. Finally got another house up there, but too late. My city shut down. That's cool that you can just choose to continue in endless as well. Let's go back. Let's have a look to see if there's any expert rankings at the moment. Me. Oh, whoever Tanya is, you've got me. Good job, Tanya. There we go. Yeah, so 2 new modes. Again, thank you to Mini Motorways for letting me have a nice early look at this one. These 2 modes are now out across Mini Motorways. And as always, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Till next time, catch you later. See ya.